Hello, adventurers. Welcome back. In our last episode, we built a farm and got our flax out there and a little bit of vegetables. And now in the next month or so, that'll start to grow and we'll be able to hopefully get that out of the ground before the winter comes. We're living in a small, mud hut, which I'm a big proponent of. But I think our next few steps are to begin to think about the house and what it'll look like. And I think it's still going to be mud. And then also maybe do some exploring and find some copper, because that's going to get us the saw blade, which is like key and crucial to everything moving forward. You need a saw to make a real door and to make shelves and to make wooden blocks and, just to saw stuff. So I think that's sort of where we're going to head. So in this episode, let's just adventure. Let's get some fat. Let's do some clay work. Let's just do everything we do in the summertime that makes this game so damn enjoyable, especially before it starts to snow. So it's raining, which is good because the crops are happy, right? And you can see the growth stage is 1 of 9. And to be honest, the way we've built the farm, this isn't something we're going to really need to check on. We don't have a water jug yet, but we have enough irrigation here to keep it running. I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's definitely some little sheeps running around here. And we got one down here stuck. I'm guessing this guy will come and fall in here too. We probably will. We've made a little pit down here we should check on for some animals. We're going to need some more animal fat to seal some crocs and to do some other fun stuff. So I think if we're going to find copper, our best bet is here. It's easy to see on the ground, and it also looks like there's a big sand biome just north of us, and I think there's going to be some great opportunities to see it there. There's probably copper like right next to us, but because of the ground and the way it's covered and my eyes, good luck, Drax. So before we do any expedition, we do 2 things. One, we clean out our bags, right? We got a huge amount of storage here. We've got 32 puffballs. All right, we're going to take this. We've got some rotting meat. We've got some cooked meat. That's always good. We've got a bowl of meat. We're not going to take the bowl with us because it's just going to take a bag spot. And honestly, we will be able to get food because there's going to be a ton of berry bushes. The axe I don't think we're going to need because we're not going to cut down a tree. This wood and all this dirt, we've got to store it. We don't want to lose the dirt. I'm probably going to take this medium one and just put it on the ground out here for now. We know that we've got a problem with medium soil. We're going to have to find some while we're out there, which means we should probably just not take any dirt with us or a very low amount and bring back as much medium as we possibly can. Always got to have grass on us. We're going to throw this raw meat out. We have 2 shovels, both of which are almost broken. That's hilarious. We'll keep them and use them. We're definitely not going to need the hoe. We're not going to do any we're not going to do any farming while we're out there. And then we've got a pretty good knife and our spear's almost broken. I think this is decent. We'll put that back in our hand. So we've got a little bit of space, about as much as we can at this point in the game. Like I said, we're going to throw this raw meat out. And then I think we should just head north, and let's see what we can find in terms of copper, and maybe we can find another ruin if we're lucky, and we can pull some cool stuff out of that. Finding a ruin is like winning the lottery. When you find it, especially with Better Ruins mod on, who knows what you're going to find. Crates full of food, or maybe we get really lucky and find ourselves, I don't know, a pickaxe. That'd be amazing. So as you can see on the map here, this is sort of where we came from, and we're going to just kind of cut across here and then north. So we're going to head northwest, and we're looking for copper bits on the ground. We need a bunch of copper bits to make our first axe and hammer, which will lead us down the road. I realized recently that I don't start on this process fast enough, I don't think. I'm actually never sure what I'm doing, but I'm like the slowest vintage story player you've ever seen or watched. I enjoy the game so much, and I enjoy the little things that I find myself getting lost in them sometimes, which I enjoy, and I think is you play at your own pace. But I think sometimes it hurts me because I could be building and doing some more higher level stuff at an earlier stage, especially before the winter comes. All right, here's what I'm talking about. In these gravel and sand biomes, the copper is just really easy to see, and you're just going to stumble upon it. And so what we're going to do is I've got a really cool macro that I've built. If you want to build macros, you can hit Control M, and you can see here I have a macro that just does copper, and I've hotkeyed it to page down, and it's waypoint, add ATI pick, and then at the coordinates I'm standing, and I've colored it orange, and I've tagged it copper. This is something that you should do, honestly. And if you need to know more about macros, you can search it on the wiki, but you're going to see so much copper, and it's just so easy just to hit a button and it automatically tags it for you. So I've tagged it, and you can see I've tagged it on the map here. It's orange, it's copper, and then we're just going to pick this up. And now when we come back with our actual copper pickaxe, we'll just dig down there, and the copper's probably like just a couple of blocks below the surface. And we're just going to keep wandering. And a good thing about marking it on the map is you have to come back and find it. And also you can see where you've been, so that when you come back through again to do another pass, we know, hey, we don't need to go in that area. We've seen most of what's on the ground there. Although I have been known to not do a very thorough scan and then come back later and realize I had been standing right next to, another bunch of copper. There's some brown coal like in a wall. I guess we'll mark this as coal, and then I'll just give it a little pickaxe, put it on the map. That means there's most likely more coal either in that wall or down below it. What are we always keeping an eye out for when we see pine trees? Resin. I've talked about in the past, I find it best not to think about it, because if you don't think about it, all of a sudden there'll be 3 resin trees right in front of you. If you're hunting for resin, good luck, you'll never find it. We need to cut. Let's just cut. We don't want to go into the water, and there's plenty of sand over here. Look at this. Look at all this sand. I've used this method so many times. Oh my God, look at the size of that hill. Oh, there's ice up there. There's glacier ice up there. What's this? Sulfur. Sulfur bits. All right, we're definitely going to mark this. I'm not going to pick up this sulfur. Sulfur. But that's fun. I don't know that I've ever seen sulfur bits on the top of the ground. So see what I'm saying about sand? It's just easy to see and find pretty quickly. Oh my gosh, I'm taking a picture. That's amazeballs. I love it. We're gonna climb up there. Not right now, but we are. There's some glacier ice up there for sure. Oh, that's amazing. Amazingly beautiful. All right, more sulfur bits. More sulfur bits. I guess we'll mark those too. This means that below us there's a giant sulfur vein. All right. And, am I scientific about the way in which I'm doing this? Yes and no. I think one of my favorite parts of this game is just wandering, right? And especially in the summertime when there's plenty of food, as I don't have any berries but the 10 on me. There's plenty of food and you don't have to kind of worry about starving out. Oh, I thought that might be a... All right, there's a scary cave. Should we just take a quick little... Hello? I'm always like, let's just take a quick look, and then the cave system really opens up. I am not in the mindset for spelunking. I definitely do not want to fall down there. I think, oh God, I think what we'll do is we'll mark this on the map, and we'll come back and we'll do a proper, that's a pretty good look. It's a pretty good looking cave right there, huh? Look at how big this thing is. All right. There's a marking for caves. Thank you. Yeah, really, it's got a great waterfall in the front of it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we're staying in the gravel. We may actually have to pop out of the gravel here for a second and see if we can find a couple of berry bushes, because Drax, on his way over here, didn't break for berries. Didn't break for berries. Let's see if And of course, in true Drax fashion, there won't be any berry bushes. Oh man, I'm lost at this point. I am lost at this point. I'm off the script. Off the script. What is this? Borax. Oh my gosh. This one piece right here is the key to the entire game. Borax isn't easy to find. We're going to need bronze to get it out of the ground, but knowing where it is incredibly important, and it will help us on our leather journey later in the game. So let's come in here and say Borax. I know a lot of people spend their whole game just looking for it. I'm going to leave it on the ground so we can find it more easy when the time comes. I realized I was like, oh, we're going to take very little dirt and find more dirt when we're out there. But if we fall down a hole with 4 pieces of dirt, we're SOL. Oh, and here's some lead. See how easy it is just to find stuff? Lead. And we've touched on it, and we'll continue to talk about it, but like, mark everything on your map. Mark it all. You're never going to remember where it is. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of pieces of things you're going to find. And it'll just make it easier later on when you're like, oh man, what was I doing? Where was that stuff? And you can just go right to it. I talk a lot about this when it comes to resin, right? Because you're like, oh, that's just a resin forest. I'll totally understand. I'll totally get it. Look, there's more borax. Unbelievable. Unbelievable find. Borax. All right, and like I said, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because number one, I can't use it for anything right now. We're not too far from the house. If I really want it, I can come back and pick it up. And two, I don't have storage for it. Is that a wolf? Sure is. It sure is. All right, so let's not wolf that up. Where are we? How far did we come out of I'm like, I'm going to come in here. I'm like, oh, I need berries. And I keep wandering and wandering and wandering. How much grass do we have on us? A little bit. Looks like we're going to stay the night out here, I'm guessing. It's already midday. The other good thing about doing, most of this, you're going to just do as much exploring as you can in the summer months, because you get a lot more sunlight and it's warm. You don't have to worry about freezing, and there's food, and you can sleep, outside. That's always fun. I really jinxed myself. I'm like, I won't need food. There'll be berry bushes everywhere. Oh, Drax. Oh, Drax. I would also say, I know we're far from home, but this is fire clay and more lead. When you find clay, just mark it. It takes 2 seconds. I always use the rocks one to do it, and then I change the color to whatever it is, so I know that that's red fire clay. This is a huge amount of red fire clay. Holy crap. I'm tempted to take some of it. Is there any? Did we find some near the house? Oh, we did. There's some right next to us. But here's even more. All right, we still didn't. I didn't hit the berry jackpot while I was out there, so we got to kind of roam around a little bit more. Well, here's some. Oh, it's deadly. It takes -3 hit points. Did you see that? Hey! All right. Well, we found some copper. So it wasn't for naught, right? All right. We picked that up too. Good. And you just kind of search around, make sure you got all the little bits and bobs, right? The bits and bobs. I'm just looking where we are. I guess we'll cross over there. Well, it's beautiful. Hey, there's a trader right here. Hello, friend. Look at this cool trader. Hi. Yeah, I don't have anything. This is a local goods trader. He's got some cool stuff. So I'll just mark on the map here. Trader, and then I'll just name it goods so that I know I'm looking for a goods trader. All right. I'm guessing this looks like it could be some kind of ruin. I guess we'll cut back in and head that way and hopefully find some berry bushes. Horsetail is what you make the initial bandages of, and we should probably take some of that as well, but we got hard choices to make when it comes to bag space. We don't have hardly any, so I'm going to be sort of picky on what I put in there. Oh man, I just cannot believe this. So far, we're winning the stick war. Oh, there's some more. 14 berries. This is just Drax bad luck, to be honest. Normally, oh, here's some resin. That's good. You can never pass resin. You absolutely have to pick it up. If you see resin, just pick it up. I mean, I guess if you don't have the bag space, mark it so you can come back. And usually when you mark it, look here, usually when you mark a resin, you're in a place where there's going to be more of it. And so it's, even if you were just if you didn't have time to mark all of them, maybe you just made a mark for just one, it would be good. Do you hear that? That is the children of the night. All right, we're going to be able to eat these mushrooms, right? Yup. Yum. Pick up some sticks here. Like, oh, God. There's nothing more frightening than just walking through the brush without being able to see anything. All right, we got another crappy mushroom. I really thought we would have more devil's tooth. Yeah, probably not going to eat that, right? Here we go. So that's not what I thought, but hey, this is definitely a ruin. Nice box here. We got a scroll, a ruined hammer, and a tuning cylinder. I'm not going to take any of that. I will at some point come back for this stuff because it's cool, but like none of it has any use for me at this exact moment. So we'll mark this on the map as a ruin. I always mark a cracked vessel as a ruin. I don't know why, I just always have since the beginning. And there's more lead here and a scary hole. The sun's setting. What is it? It's 1900. Trying to decide what we do. Kind of want to head back north this way. There's also a wolf out here. I don't want it to eat us. And I'm going to pull a little bit of dirt here. I'm afraid I'm in the dark. I'm going to fall into a hole. So in case that happens, I want to have a little bit of ability to get out. It'll also break one of these half-broken shovels. There we go. All right, am I still kind of going the same direction I wanted to go? And we're not, I mean, we've picked up, is that lightning? We've picked up some copper. We got 20 nuggets now. So our search has been good. Man, now all I can hear are those wolves. I mean, hey, they're ripe. Sweet. I'll take it. This one too, hopefully. Hooray. And this one, not so much. Not so much. What do we got here? Quartz bits. This is a huge find. Hello, Mr. Wolf. I'm not scared. You're scared. All right. Quartz bits means there's quartz, and quartz is pretty common throughout the world, and you're seeing there's lots of them here on the ground. We're going to pick all of these up because this is what we need to make glass and also what we need to make our first lantern. And so if we have a bunch of these bits, we can see we're picking up quartz chunks. There's a bear right in front of me. And clear quartz. Oh, man. Of course, we find quartz. It's getting dark. Let's do this. And these will allow us to make those things without having to mine quartz out of the ground yet, which we won't have the ability to do for a little while. I'm scared. I'm scared. Wolves on the left of me, bears on the right. Stuck in the middle with me. I guess I'm just gonna tear back through. Maybe we'll just tear down through here and then back across. There's a ruin here right in front of us. With some cool looking blocks. And of course the hard thing at night is being able to see like what you're looking for, right? On the ground. All right, that's a little, let's see what's in here. Hey, we picked up the whole one. Is that honeycomb? Hoorah! That's awesome. We can make candles. We can make candles. And it looks like we picked up some grass. Here's some paths. I definitely want those. I don't know that I'll take them right now. And some bony soil. We definitely want that as well. We've talked about it, but being able to pan the bony soil for really copper in the very beginning is so, not just copper, but like there's also, it's like playing bony soil is like playing the lottery. You get in there, it's just stuck behind everything else. There's all sorts of things that can drop out of there. Candles, copper, books. I'm trying to think what else. There was just, we were talking about the other day, and like it's just such a cool element. And oh, look at this. Tempted to take those, but I'm gonna probably leave them and just mark this and come back. All right. At some point, we'll walk past here with leather bags and be like, yeah, oh God. Okay, so that's a drifter. We need to sleep it out. Whoops, I didn't mean to make 4. I didn't mean to make 4. We're just making a bed. I'm gonna get rid of that. What time is it? 9? That's not gonna be enough to make it light, but hopefully the drifter won't walk over here in the middle of the night. Stay away from me. Oh God. Oh my God. They're all around me. When I wake up, this is gonna be spooky. Oh boy. Hi guys. Oh, and of course there's a rift right there. Look at them all. All right, well we got 14 berries, and they're killing each other in true drifter fashion, right? Hi, I just want the bed and I'll be on my way. Oh, he's almost dead. Oh, Drax, you gotta hit him with your thing. He's gonna kill me. All right, we gotta hope for something good on either one of them. Come on. Hey! All right, temporal gear. That is huge. Huge! That's exactly what I wanted. That made all of this worth it. All right, this is going to allow us to set our home spawn, which we have not done. So in that, we took a beating. You can see how, without any kind of armor, they hit so hard. Still keeping our eyes on the ground. Look at this, look at this. All right, we'll mark it. There's a ton. I mean, there's a ton of copper. We'll make another. We'll find more berries. We'll pack some food. Yeah, of course. Now on our way back, we're gonna find all the berries. I mean, that we were never close to starving means that I was doing something right. Where are we? So we've been here. Oh, that's where spawn is. So we'll just loop around, and we've been through most of this area, but just keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, you could have passed by an area many, many times and walked past copper or I mean any number of things. All right, so we will set our spawn point. I don't know that we're going to set it inside here. We're just going to set it. I don't think this is where I'm going to build my house, but I definitely want to do this because I don't want to have to run back from the spawn, especially if I die close to the house. I think we'll put it right here. Now, I think I have it set on the normal, which is like 25. So I will respawn here instead of up here when I die. And as long as you have a temporal gear, you can set your spawn point anywhere you want. It just moves with the temporal gear. That's why they're important. And it's one of the reasons that like you should fight drifters from time to time, honestly. All right, we've got some bony soil here. What else did I want to put? Let's put this. Do we have any room for, well, we got room for the copper. We got way too much dirt. We need another, we need these to come up so we can make another basket. Let's see, there was some right over here. Let's make another basket so we've got a little bit more storage. I think the storage in the early game is easily one of the biggest hurdles. Right? You never have enough storage, not only on you, but at home. And there's certain things, like I'm hoarding too much dirt right now. But that's just me. I'm a dirt hoarder. I don't remember how many to make the reed basket. Reed chest. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's all the way around. We can make one. That's probably fine. It's going to have to be fine. I watched another streamer the other night who just lived outside. They just didn't have a door, just had all their stuff just in sort of a little tiny square that they were sitting in. And I was like, thinking to myself, what do you do? What do you do when, oh, that's got to make that straight. What do you do when there's like a drifter attack and stuff? Do you just run? I see so many people, maybe they were playing on, I was only watching for a bit, but what do you, maybe they're playing on, they didn't have creature attack on. That could be, right? That makes sense. I mean, this honeycomb was a huge find. Huge find. Those puffballs are good for 9 days. 9 days. Oh, I had cooked meat on me. Oh, Drax. I had cooked meat on me the whole time. Don't take me anywhere. I'm going to put these two stones where I've been storing the other stones right here. Let's build a pan. Maybe. Wooden pan. So we need a piece of log and a knife. I think I've got a piece of log in here. Hi, did I sure do. All right, great. And then we will come over here and stand in some water. That rotting piece of meat's just out there. And now we're going to pan these things. And this is, you can do something cool. Like you can keep your bags open, right? So you can see what you get. Hey, we got a bone. And then it's basically just like a one click standing in the water, right? Click to pick it up. And then click to pan it in the water. We got another bone. So you don't have to move. And so I always say this is a great activity at night or in the winter when you don't have a lot to do. And you can either, once you get a bucket, you can put a thing of water inside your house and stand in it, and you can do this indoors. Hey, there's an arrowhead. Or you can build a little hut right next to the water. Hey, there's a rusty gear. And you can do it that way so that you can be surrounded by, mole men or bears or whatever, and it just won't matter. You can just sit here and pan to your heart's content. I think this is one of the many very cool things about this game, and I love doing it. And sometimes I find myself spending far too much time doing it. And I'm always just like one more block. We're going to get something amazing. So far, we've gotten a ton of bones, which you can grind them down and make fertilizer out of them. So worth it. Plus we need to be making our axes and our knives with bone handles because they last longer. Important note to self. All right. Yep. It's kind of surprising we're getting bones out of bony soil, right? I just think there's something so soothing about the whole process, right? It's just chill and exciting because you're like, what's going to come? Nope, nothing. Yep, literally just bones at this point. But I mean, what I'm hoping for is a candle or copper. Not nothing. A candle or copper. Nope, more bones. I think the arrowheads are pretty good too. I've gotten a copper spearhead out of one of these before. That's pretty good. Oh, you can see we're getting flax down there. Hey, yeah, copper spearhead. Look at that. I made that happen. That's a huge pickup because the copper spears last a whole heck of a lot longer than the bronze ones, or I'm sorry, the flint ones, and they do more damage. So early game, like we are now, can mix it up a little bit better. And there's copper arrowheads. Arrowheads are really like tedious to make, and so like getting them for free out of the ground is great. There's a piece of gold. And more bones. We can only do this until we fill up our bags. I was talking to someone the other day, like it would be great if you could in the late game, because in the late game you're gonna have a ton of bony soil. Like you have so much stuff, you've found so much stuff, you're able to build so much stuff that like I just find it that I spend less time panning in the late game, just because I'm doing much higher level stuff and I don't really need like the bits and bobs. I can make everything. Hey, it's a lore book. Cool. Discover the lore. I woke up in the dark. Everything was dark. Everything painful. Every breath in agony. Waiting changed nothing. I started crawling. Couldn't keep track of how long. Weeks, maybe months. All the tunnels had changed. Feel my way forward, finding dead end after dead end, digging with my hands when I could. Oh boy. Eventually I found my way out. Everything changed. Green again. Brown and red and blue again. Life returned. Could finally look at myself. Everything still hurt. I was broken. Flesh half gone, joints missing, no leg. Can't remember what happened after the black sick reached my head. Oh boy. Yeah, this is there's a whole drifter backstory going on about how they were made and how they came to be. So we found a book. That's cool. We got an extra slot here. We got one more. Whoops. I always close my... You also don't have to hold the button. It's a one click and then it just automatically pans it. Yeah, we got 8 pieces of flax. That's pretty good too. All right, we got one more. What is that, more bones? All right, last one. Last one. This is so far the best thing that's come out of it. Right? Yep. So many bones. Come on. Give me a candle right at the end. You can do it. Nope. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So we went out and we explored and we found some copper and we got into some trouble. We saw a bear. We found a couple ruins. We got a bunch of bony soil and we came back and we panned it out. We got some great stuff. I think if you have bony soil, if you find bony soil in the beginning, it's really important to just make a quick pan and pan it out at some point during the day, because you'll find copper, you could find a candle, you could find a spearhead, you can get a bunch of flax. It's such an early game hack that I don't think a lot of people take advantage of. So pan. All right, that's it for Adventure Time. I'll see you in the next episode where we will once again be hunting for copper. And I think we'll start thinking about like where we're going to put the house and how that's going to run. So, hey, thanks for watching. See you next time. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.